I often get asked by my viewers, Estee, how is it like celebrating Christmas in Sweden compared to Singapore? So if you have the same questions, this is the video for you. There are slightly different the way we celebrate Christmas in Singapore and in Sweden. The only difference I would say is the weather, because we have really white winter here, and especially during the Christmas time. I've been staying here for 23 years now, and I think so far I only have 1 year without the snow. So otherwise, in terms of food and the culture, the tradition is almost the same. Except for in Sweden, we celebrate on the 24th of December, which is the Christmas Eve. When I was younger in Singapore, we have never made our own Christmas food because it is so convenient to, order from the caterer, and there are some departmental stores or supermarket, they have this package, like they put everything in the packet in boxes, like the turkey, the ham, and then I remember we used to have this log cake, the cake with a lot of chocolate frost on it. So what you do is you need to order them in advance, and then you collect them on the eve or on the Christmas day. Food that we cater are not 100% the European kind of Christmas food. Most of the caterer, they always add in local flavors like fried chicken wings and fried noodles, and of course a few Christmas traditional food. In Sweden, it's totally different. Everything is quite tradition. If you cook something out of the difference, and people will just, what is that, and they usually prefer to stick to their own traditional Swedish julbord, we call that, which is the Christmas buffet. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite Christmas recipe at the end of this video. Make sure you stay until the end. I remember 1 year I tried to do something different, and then everybody was like, what? What is that? I did a satay and I did some chicken wings. So they were saying, oh, we don't eat this, and they don't even want to try it. So it's really difficult to understand them. Everybody is different. Whereas in Singapore, people are more creative, like we are, welcome all kinds of other kind of culture food into the buffet table. Before you even arrive there, I already know what it is on the table. For example, the Swedish meatball, which you can buy and eat every day if you want to. And I don't understand why they have to have this. Maybe in the olden time, people couldn't afford to make a Swedish meatball. I suspect that might be the case. In Singapore, at home, we don't really decorate that much at home. I remember my mom used to have a Christmas tree which is the same height as me. It's not so big. Whereas the Christmas tree here is really huge. They usually either buy them or they just chop them from their backyard. If they have like land, they can chop them. In the olden day, I heard they use real candles, and I can imagine there will be a lot of fire for sure. And whereas in Singapore, because we don't have Christmas tree, so everything is like made of plastic, so it's a little bit artificial. Here is like when you come into a home where they invite you, you can smell the aroma of this pine tree, and it's really nice. Some people are really allergic to that, but for me, I really like the smell because it just reminds me of nature. And I miss that. 1st of December is like 1st of Advent. We have to put this light. So my mom always said that Bai Ti Gong, the light reminds her of the Bai Ti Gong, means some kind of Chinese godness. The Chinese people like to pray where they put the candle in that manner. Decoration is like a big thing here. It's like they already started decorating end of November, like 1 week before. Some people even earlier. And then the shop, usually they start to sell Christmas item already end of October, which is like 2 months in advance. And some of them, they already start a special discount in the beginning of November. So preparation is like a huge thing. I don't know about you guys in your country. Let me know, all right? Because I think it's quite interesting. Some Swedish people, they already start buying presents 3-4 months in advance. And usually it's like that. In Singapore, when we buy present, right, we will think, okay, maybe this person might like this t-shirt or might like this. So they'll buy, and then it's more like a surprise thing. Whereas in Sweden, it's totally different. They call that the wish list. You have to write out a wish list, önskelist, it's called in Swedish, and then they will send to each other, and like husband and wife. Then the husband will ask, hey, what do you want for this Christmas? And then the wife say, okay, you wait for my list. It's like very no mystery at all. It's so open, so practical. In a way, it's good because then you get the things that you want, not out of surprise. Because from experience, a lot of people, when they get a Christmas present, and then they always say, this one I don't like, you know, and then they don't use it. So maybe that is not a stupid idea, right? You lack of mystery, you lack of the surprise moment, you know. It's so nice and exciting to like waiting for that day to turn up, and then just open package that you don't know what is inside. Then you open a package, you already know what is inside. So it's, you know, killing the excitement, right? So yeah, I think I like that. There is pros and cons, and I don't know. Up to you guys. Let me know what you think about this. All right? And generally, they are quite weird people, I find. Like in the midsummer, they dance like a frog around this pole, and then during the winter, it's their tradition to watch this. We call it the Disney Kale Angka. So they can watch the whole thing like for how many 100 years, and then it's always the same cartoon for like an hour or 45 minutes. Always the same one, and I don't understand why are people so excited in watching the same cartoon for like hundreds of years. And then they explain to me, oh, this is a tradition. Oh my God, it's so boring, you know, sitting there. I know what is going to happen next. So I don't know, maybe it's just not me, the kind of person sitting there at 3 o'clock and waiting anxiously or pretend to look excited, you know. It's just so strange, I find. And then they believe that the Santa will come, you know, and then you have to put up this porridge out for the Santa so that the Santa can eat. And so they have energy to go and distribute the present. I would just give him an energy bar or maybe an energy drink. So, like I said, it's the tradition and it's pretty interesting. Nothing wrong with that. It's just I find it so weird. Of course, every country have their own tradition, and we should learn how to respect that. But I just don't get it. You know, I just don't. I don't know why. The thing that I really miss in Singapore is the decoration at Orchard Road. You know, all this really nice building competing with each other on the Christmas decoration. Really, kaboom! When you go to Orchard Road, you can feel the Christmas spirit. Even though we don't have snow, it's actually quite nice. You know, it's just that it's so different, the atmosphere. We light candles because it's quite cold, and this will bring some coziness into the atmosphere, especially on the Christmas Eve, which is really, really nice. Because in Singapore, if you have the on candle, mothers start to scold already, right? The bakao jua, you know, are you not hot enough here? How can you still on candle, right? And I think the most exciting part is where midnight comes, or usually before midnight. So they will start to open the present, they will exchange present, and then they have this father, Santa father. It's always somebody's father, or if they cannot find a father figure to dress like a Santa, they will ask their neighbor to come and dress like a Santa and scare the kid, and the kid will run away. And then they will say, ho ho ho, fins et nos nella bon. It means, is there any nice kid in this house? So if there's no nice kid, no present for you. So usually when they play game, I'll just go away and maybe have a rest after the buffet. You know, you want to find a cozy place to rest. For drink wise, in Singapore we drink like wine, sometimes champagne, but here in Sweden they don't, because it's like against their culture or tradition. Most of them are Christian and they believe that we shouldn't drink during Christmas. I think Christmas should be a time where, you know, we don't talk about present. I think present is not so important. I think more important is the family time together and helping each other out. You know, there are families who are quite lazy, you know, especially the youngster. After eating, they just leave everything and then they just left. So sometimes I find that the manners is really bad. You know, you should teach your kids to at least clear the table or help out to clear the table, right? And then, you know, getting together, working, cleaning out. I think that is the purpose. I find it's more meaningful. I find like you helping each other, having each other back. It's to me, I find that this is missing, and there's always somebody is a slave. Usually it's the mothers, like running up and down the food, you know, and all stressed out. So it's not so funny. So it's better to have like a potluck, you know, where other children are assigned different food assignment, like, oh, you cook dessert, oh, you cook the starter, and then you cook the main dish, and then you make the meatballs, and you know, evenly distribute all the chores. Then the poor mother don't have to, you know, work under so much stress and, you know, have to fix everything. I am including the link for all my Christmas recipe in this video below here. Click onto the video description and then you will see some links. Usually you can check on the playlist. Unfortunately, I don't have like 60 over videos, but I have a few which I feel like it's quite easy to follow. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next. See you guys. Bye bye. I hate Christmas. I hate Christmas.